See, alright, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. We say that when personal elders are great most that rule by the teachers are person in truth, and we teach all the teachers so the Akima so they push you within our truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season and season with the Shalom. And once again, going into our video here, and it's basically doing a part two to a previous video that I did, which was going into famines, right? Now, as I said in the previous video, that I will touch upon this particular article here, which states from that analysis, the report concludes that up to 208.3 million people of the analyzed population will experience high levels of acute food insecurity in 2004. The projections for 2024, right, indicate prolonged food crisis with full-scale armed conflicts being catalysts. Right now, before I continue, I'm gonna get this word here, right? So when you look at the word catalyst, it means the substance that increases the rate of a chemical reaction without self undergoing any permanent chemical change. You know what? Let me see if I could get defined. Would I get this here? Right, it pop up. So you say, so look at this. You say a substance that increases the rate of a chemical reaction without itself undergoing any permanent chemical change. I say a person or thing that precipitates an event. Right? So when you look at precipitate, it means cause. Right? So that simply means cause. So cause, right? What other meanings does it have here? So it says such a substance that speeds up a reaction or enables it to proceed under milder conditions. So it's a catalyst is basically something, as it say, it would be the cause, right? The cause, something that precipitates an event, a personal thing that precipitates an event, right? So when you go back to this, as it states, with full-scale armed conflicts being their main catalyst, so the full-scale armed conflicts, that would be the cause to go into more of the of a food crisis, right, which will lead to famine. Now, when you read that, right, the Lord mentioned this is the book of Matthew chapter 24 verse 7. Matter of fact, let me read from verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So, as it say here, with full-scale armed conflicts being their main catalyst, and what the scriptures mark here, the wars and rumors of wars, right? And we are actually seeing that, and we saw something similar when Russia and Ukraine were now started. You saw what went on with wheat. Even to this day, wheat is still hard to get in certain places, and we are seeing other full-scale armed conflicts all around the world. We are seeing the Taiwan and China. We are seeing Israel and Palestine. We are seeing many other conflicts happening, right? Kingdom against kingdom. Now, all these things is prophecies, and all these things must come to pass. But people believe that they would be at a good estate moving forward. You are not. When these things happen, yeah, they're gonna cut off food, electricity, you understand, certain and many other substances or you use on a daily basis. Now when a famine hit, that is lead to chaos, that gonna lead to murders, that gonna lead to uproars, that gonna lead to people turning to cannibalism. You see it in the movies. The things that I'm mentioning, this picture, the movies that show you these kind of chaos, you know. So it say, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines." And it's seen mentioned here, and there shall be famines. You know, these is the things that taking place. Just like in the previous video that I said, the Lord said He would send these things unto you all. He would send these things here: the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Right? He said He would send these things. So famines is something that will be sent, and just like it stated here, 208.3 million people of the analyzed population will experience high levels of acute food insecurity. And just like if you go and look at videos, you would see the elites are burning down fields, telling food trucks to empty out the food and many other things, forcing that particular food crisis. Because one of the things too is that when they have you all under subjection, meaning that, all right, plenty of people will be hungry, and when Jake hungry, he would take anything and he would do anything to get food. Right? So if it were food, if it were this rations of food, you had to take this MOTB. You understand? You had to take this thing, right? So, hey, just think about it. So let's go down here a little bit again. It says the first analysis conducted in December 2023 concluded that there was a risk of famine within the projection period of December 2023 to May 2024, right? See, and that the risk would increase for each day. So the risk would increase for each day. That is, going back to the scripture, it says evils increase upon the earth. Each day it's getting worse and worse. Many people believe that things are going to get better. No, it's not. It's only going to get worse and worse. So every single day. So one day you will go in the market, you wouldn't see a particular item that you're accustomed buying. Or one day you would go in the market and you would see that particular item, the price so high, you want to know what's going on. Yes, there would be inflation and many other stuff, but with shortages of food, the prices of items would increase. Right? It's saying that the risk would increase for each day that the intense conflict and restricted humanitarian access persisted or worsened. And that's what I say. The risk would increase for each day, and we know we've seen every single day things are getting worse. No matter how much times people call them for the war to stop, no, it's going to happen, because the scriptures say wars and rumors of wars, right? It says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. It must happen. These things must happen. These prophecies must happen, whether you like it or not. These things must come to pass. Before I continue, let me bring the scripture here. I'm going to go to Isaiah chapter 55 verse 11. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. So yes, so it's not going to come back to the Lord void, right? But as it says, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. So what was being sent, it shall prosper, it shall happen, whether you like it or not. Majority of these people outside here, they don't have a clue where it is really going. They don't have an idea where it is coming. They might have a thought, but they don't have an idea until it hit them. Because again, their mind is not upon the things taking place. That is why Esau, the set of distractions. The celebrities do this, the celebrities do that, right? The celebrities they have their TV shows that has keep them occupied. Have them lost in the source. So they until things hit them, they go believed to be at a good state. Because things, they could go in a grocery right now and get stuff, and they can get cheap. But hey, it going and get worse. Right? So going back now to the Matthew. It say, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, right? Famines, pestilences. Now, even in the previous video, I showed like the CDC talking about the mpox, right? They declared a national emergency. So, and we know with all these things, we know what it is the wicked want to do. We know the agenda that we're not ignorant of what the devil doing, right? And what it is they're putting forward. Um, and with the earthquakes, we're seeing earthquakes happening all over the world. We saw California had 3 earthquakes this week. We saw China prepare, not China, sorry, Japan talking about a mega earthquake, to the fact where they actually stop flights going there right now. Right, but as it say, and there shall be famine. So famine is in the midst of that, and with the lack of bread, right, with the scarcity of food, the shortages of food, hey, these people are going to go mad, because they can't go. Some of these people, they can't even go. Majority of these people, matter of fact, they can't go a day without eating. Furthermore, for a long period of time. Right? It says for verse 8, it says Matthew 24, verse 8. It says all these are the beginning of sorrow. So all these is just the beginning. So, but as it says, this is just the beginning, and I mentioned famine, so famine have to be there. Famine have to take place. And we are seeing that, just like the article that I did in the previous video showing the wheat. France is going through in first time in 40 years, such a bad shortage in wheat. Right? Is wheat, yeah. Believe it. Yeah. Let me get here back quick. Right, yeah. France heading to one of the worst wheat harvests in 40 years. Right, in 40 years. And as I said, this is the reason why I said I would do a part 2, because some people might say, hey, well, I know it's just France. No, just as I say alarming number of people worldwide suffer high levels of acute food insecurity. Right? So this was the global report on food crisis. Right? So yeah. So these are the things to take place, and again, it's only going to get worse. We'll go to our next scripture here. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse. Let me read from verse 21. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. I say evils grow upon the earth. I know it mentioned sword, famine, and great confusion, and that's what and that literally, those things mentioned there is what we are seeing right now. Famine is something that are going into here, but when you go and watch news, you go and look, even right or wrong here. Sometimes you don't even need to watch news, right or wrong here. You're seeing these things taking place, but people choose not to believe, because why? They believe that they will come back good, things will get back better. No, it's not. Right? It's not. So it says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, and that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And this is something, right? There was someone that recently made a post, or someone that did a video, and they was talking about how this generation have so much money, they could buy anything and anything they want. You understand? And they flex and they see they putting it up and so forth. And I tell you, they believe they will be good. They believe the normal things nice, right? But as it say here, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth. Evils is growing. Them little things you see all around, the rumors of the wars, eventually it will hit to be a war, right? Eventually it will happen. Eventually it will take place. Eventually, when they mention the famine, the pestilences, it will hit. It will happen, right? Let's say, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. I say evils grow. It didn't mention something good. You're not going to be at a peaceful state. You're not going to be in peace, right? The things are happening around the world. It's not peace. It's war peace? No. It's famine peace? No. Right? It's pestilences peace? No. It's death and destruction peace? No. That is the thing. As the scripture say, evil's growing, right? And that is what we see in things like this, famines, food insecurity. These is the things that we've seen. That is evil growing. And I'm glad that I find this here and this piece here, right? Right here while highlighting, it's saying that the risk would increase for each day. The risk would increase for each day that the intense conflict and restricted humanitarian access persisted or worsened. And we are seeing these things getting worse, right? We are, yeah, so continue. Let's sort of take a minor pause, right? So continuing, it say 2 Ezra 16 verse 22. It say, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And there is a straight to the point. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. Of famine, the scarcity of what? Of food. Right? The scarcity of food. Many of them going to perish by that. Because again, as I was saying before, these people could literally pick up the phone. They could call KFC, they could call Burger King or many of these other food joints, right? And they could get the food delivered. And they had the money to do this. Jake flexing right now. Jake had money. Jake flexing. They could run in a restaurant. You see, they're putting up pictures every week, every day. These women and they dress up in the restaurant every day, eating and so on and so forth. These men outside here, they're doing the same thing, right? So they don't have an idea how it is to go a day without food or to go a periodic time without that. And the next thing too is that they don't have the spirit of the Lord on them, and they don't deal with the Lord, right? So it worse for them. So you say, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. Perish of famine. They didn't say they're going to survive. No, they say perish of famine. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So some of them that escape the hunger, meaning that they survive it, the sword waiting there for them. Because at the end of the day, when famine and these things happen, as I say here, conflict, intense conflict, right? Each day that the intense conflict, you escape the famine, other stuff happening around you, right? It go have uproars, it go have basically chaos in the streets. Men go be running to and fro, right? Men go be looking for hey, in that day, then spirits gonna be awakened. It's a men set for that day that's waiting for chaos to pop off so they could turn into their demonic mode. Some of these men set just waiting for something like that to happen, like, yeah, so I could run in now, tell nothing to stop me. These are the kind of things you'll be facing in that day. Hey, let's watch the movies and see how people are switch. In an instant, people are switch. Especially when they ain't getting food. They might wrap one of their child, die food for a week. Cannibalism, this is what they could turn to. Right? So you say, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Right? Right? So yeah. So these are the kind of things that you would face. These are the kind of things that we heading into. So don't think everything nice and everything good. Nah, it's getting worse. And day by day, it's going to get worse. Just as I do in this video here, there are many things talking about the war that want to take place. Right? So hey, be circumspect. Take heed. Because the days that we are in are evil. Right? So with that, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. We say double on apostles and elders agreements on the rule, but teachers of apostles and truth. And we see salutations, so the Akam, so they push you within our truth and sincerity, day in and day out in a country, in season and season, we say, Shalom.